Hey guys, I'm looking forward to today's video because I have had quite a few people reach out wondering what the Disney dining plan is, what it includes, how much it costs, just a lot of questions about it, the differences between the different types of dining plans. So we're going to talk about all of that right now. Let's take a minute to talk about some of the definitions or what some of the things I'm going to talk about actually mean. So when we talk about a drink that you get at one of your meals, what does this include? This could include artisan milkshakes. This could include fresh smoothies. This could include the premium hot chocolate or the soda, coffee, and tea. So you could get some good drinks with your quick service and table service credits. And then for anyone who's 21 and older, your drinks also include some alcoholic beverages. What could these be? These could be your beer and wine, your sangria, your mixed cocktails. And this is applicable to the quick service and table service restaurants that actually provide these things. And even then, not all of those drinks are included, but you have a lot of good options. There are three types of Disney dining plans. There's the quick service dining plan, there is the standard Disney dining plan, and there's the deluxe Disney dining plan. What do all these have in common? You can only get these dining plans if you are staying on Disney property. Also, if you choose to get any of these dining plans, you must get them for your entire reservation stay and for all people on your reservation. You can't pick and choose the days you want the dining plan for one reservation, and you can't pick and choose the people who want to have the dining plan on your reservation. Now, each of these dining plans are calculated by how many nights you're staying. So if you're staying 5 nights on your reservation on Disney property, you will have 5 days worth of the dining plan, and we'll talk about what you get per day on the dining plan, or really per night stay on the dining plan. And here's what you get on all dining plans per night stay. You get 2 meals. With the exception of the deluxe dining plan, you actually get 3 meals. But let's just say 2 meals, 2 snack credits, and 1 resort refillable mug. Now, this resort refillable mug is a mug that you are able to use at any of the Disney resorts. You are not able to refill them in the Disney theme parks. You can take it into the park, into any of the theme parks, but you're not going to be able to refill it with soda, coffee, anything except basically ice water. For guests on your reservation that are 2 and under, they are not going to be on the Disney dining plan. They're not going to be paying for the Disney dining plan, which was actually a win for all of us because they're probably not eating enough to make it worth it. So when you go to any of your restaurants, they can eat off your plate. They're free to eat off your plate. They're free to eat off your table service plate, your quick service plate. But where you really get some bang for your buck on this one is when those 2 and unders go to a buffet and they get to eat for free at the buffet. They actually get to have their own plate at the buffet. Keep in mind too that they won't have their own resort refillable mug. So if you have a 2.5-year-old that notices that big brother and big sister have their own mugs and I don't have my own mug, you can actually purchase their own resort refillable mug. You're allowed to purchase them at the resort and they can use it for their entire resort stay, and they can fill it up with their hot chocolate, their Gatorade, whatever they want to fill it up with. Or you can also give them your mug if you want to save some money. Those mugs typically run just a little bit less than $20, but they do last your entire resort stay and you get free refills at your resort. For kids between the ages of 3 and 9 years old, they will be on the Disney dining plan with everyone else on the reservation, but you're paying a little bit of a lower cost for them. You're paying the kid cost for their dining plan. Because of this, they're expected to order off the children's menu at quick service restaurants and table service restaurants. Now, here's a little tip for you. All of these credits are pooled into one big pot. Let's say you have a 5-night stay with 2 adults, 2 kids that are between the ages of 3 and 9. That means each person gets 2 meals per day, except your deluxe plan. So that is 8 meals per day, if I'm doing my math right. And let's say you're staying 5 nights, that's 5 times 8, isn't that 40? So you have 40 meals in this one pot. When you go and order at your quick service restaurants, your kid can actually just order off the adult menu because it's their quick service credits are all in this one pot, and they don't differentiate between kids quick service credits and adult quick service credits. Now, they also don't differentiate between kids table service credits and adult table service credits, but because at a table service restaurant, you're ordering to a waiter and you're sitting right there, they may kind of stand their ground a little bit more and expect your ages 3-year-old to 9-year-old kids to order off the children's menu. But you can order off the adult menu at quick service. Also, with all these dining plans, you get to begin to use them on your check-in day, even before you check into your hotel. If you're at Disney Springs, you can go start using them if you have your magic bands and they're ready to go. And you can use them all the way through your checkout day, through midnight on your checkout day. You do want to be careful on all these Disney dining plans because you are in charge of keeping track of your credits. Now you can go look up your credits at guest services or the concierge at your resort, or you can also look in your My Disney Experience app on your phone to see how many credits you have remaining. But be careful because you could blow all of your credits on day one of your vacation and have nothing left. Now that would be almost impossible to do, but you do want to be careful to space out your credits and the usage of your credits to how you want to use them. So you don't want to have tons of snacks left at the end of the trip, but you also don't want to use all of your credits and you still have 2 days left and you have no meals left, no snacks left. If you're traveling with other adults, like say you're doing a girls trip, you might want to have one person that's in charge of keeping track of everyone's credits. That's what we did. We had a girls trip and I knew I'm about to eat everyone's snack credits if someone doesn't stop me. So we had one person that her job was to say, okay, how many snacks credits have you had? How many quick service credits have you had? So that we didn't start pulling from each other's, because Disney doesn't keep track of that for you. They don't tell you who used what credit. So make sure, if that's important to you, make sure that y'all are keeping track of that. All right, let's talk about the quick service dining plan. For the quick service dining plan, you get 2 quick service meals per day, you get 2 snacks per day, and you get that refillable mug. What is included in a quick service meal? You get 1 combo meal. So what does that mean? If you're getting nachos or tachos, those are my favorite, you probably don't have a side in that combo meal. It's just the meal and a drink. Now, if you're getting a burger, it does have a side. Typically, it's going to have fries as your side, and you can sometimes substitute sides. So you get 1 combo meal, plus you get the drink. And if you're 21 years or older and the quick service restaurant has alcoholic beverages, an alcoholic beverage can be your drink for that meal. So alcoholic beverages at Disney World are typically like $9 to $15. You can start really getting your money's worth if you are having an alcoholic beverage with your quick service meal. Currently, the price per night stay with the quick service meal is $52.50 for adults and $23.78 per night for kids ages 3 to 9. I'm not going to give you pros and cons for each of these because the dining plan is so just dependent on your own family and your needs and the things you want, the type of vacation you want to have. But I'm going to give you considerations for each Disney dining plan. So for the quick service dining plan, here's some considerations for you. You don't have to leave any tips because they're all quick service restaurants. These aren't sit down table restaurants. They're in and out. It's a counter service. You go order at a counter, get your food and take it and go sit down. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You don't have to worry about tips. Another thing to keep in mind is you don't have to worry about any dining reservations, except Be Our Guest restaurant at Magic Kingdom is a quick service restaurant for breakfast and lunch, and you do have to have reservations for those meals. The quick service dining plan may be really good for people who are go, go, go on their Disney trips. They don't want to take a lot of time to sit down, wait for their food at a restaurant. You want to get your food, eat it, and let's go back to the rides, go back to the shows, go back to the attractions. Also, something to note with the quick service dining plan is Disney has seriously stepped up their quick service dining game. I remember going to Disney and it was kind of like, if you're on the quick service dining plan, you can have a cheeseburger or pizza and maybe like a side Caesar salad if that's what you want. And that's kind of it. Disney has seriously like attracted the foodie nation that we are right now, and they have so many amazing options. Think about Epcot when you travel around the World Showcase, and there are quick service restaurants in all the world. One of my favorites is Morocco, and we got awesome, I don't even know what to call it, but it was an awesome quick service restaurant at Morocco and just great food. Think about Animal Kingdom where you have Flame Tree Barbecue and Satuli Canteen where you can get, again, amazing quick service food for a good price or that's included on your quick service dining plan. And then think about Be Our Guest restaurant at Magic Kingdom. It's a really cool environment, quick service restaurant for breakfast and lunch and delicious food. One more consideration for the quick service dining plan is you can take 1 quick service meal and turn it into 3 snacks if it's in one transaction. So if you have meals towards the end of your vacation and you're not going to use them, you can go into the confectionery at Magic Kingdom or to your gift shop at your resort and go pick up 3 snack credits and take those home for souvenirs for your kids, or take those home as souvenirs for yourself and you can eat them later. Like that would be like Rice Krispie treats on a stick, like little candy pops. These are not the best use of your snack credit, or they're not the best use of your 1 quick service dining credit, but you'd rather use them on something small than for them to go to waste. Because for whatever credits you don't use, they're gone. You don't get any money back on those. Okay, let's talk about the standard Disney dining plan. What's included with this one per night stay? You get 1 quick service meal per day, 1 table service meal per day, and your resort refillable mug. Oh, and the 2 snacks, of course, still. So what's included in a table service meal? Well, for breakfast, this includes 1 entree, which usually has a side or 2 with it, and 1 drink. And even for breakfast, again, if you're 21 years or older, this could be an alcoholic beverage. That could be a mimosa. There are other alcoholic beverages for breakfast. I'm not sure what they are, but it could be an alcoholic beverage if it's offered. Or for breakfast, it could be a buffet, which includes a drink. And again, if you're 21 years or older, it could be an alcoholic beverage. I don't need to say that anymore. A table service lunch or dinner, this is a little bit different because you get a dessert with this. So it's gonna be your entree and your sides that are included with that, your drink, and you get a dessert if it's lunch or dinner. So keep in mind, you're gonna be getting a better use of your table service credit if you're not using on breakfast, because with lunch and dinner, you also get the dessert into that. Also for lunch and dinner, this includes the buffets. Now here's a little something extra with the standard Disney dining plan. You can use these credits for room service or pizza delivery to your room at your resort. Now this will cost you 2 table service credits, so I would not recommend using these credits on room service or pizza delivery. But what do you get for pizza delivery? You get 1 pizza, you get 2 desserts, and 2 drinks. And for room service on the standard Disney dining plan, you would get 1 entree, 1 dessert, 1 drink, but you're gonna be using 2 credits for that. So keep that in mind. That is not a good use of your table service credits. The price per night for the standard Disney dining plan right now is $75.49 per adult and $27.98 per child. Some considerations for the standard Disney dining plan. This is a great one if you have allergies or special food needs, because at your table service restaurants, you can often request to talk to the chef, and they're so generous about it. And they come out and talk to you about your dietary needs and give you an explanation of what they're doing in the kitchen, which I think is awesome. Table service credits can be used on character meals. That is going to be one of your best use of your table service credits, except for a few that we'll talk later that are going to take 2 table service credits for your meal. And buffets are a great use of your table service credit as well, especially if you have a child that's under 3 years old who isn't even paying for the Disney dining plan and they get to have their own plate at the buffet. If you like structure during your vacation, the standard Disney dining plan may be good for you. Maybe you want to have a few reservations worked through in your vacation. You want to know that at 6 o'clock on this night, we're eating here. At 6 o'clock on that night, we're eating here. If you want that structure to your reservation, you don't feel like you need to go, this is something to consider for you. Another something to consider for the standard Disney dining plan is that at your table service restaurants, tip is not included. So it's like you kind of have that all-inclusive feel because you're not having to look at the menu and pick out the cheaper things on the items. It's already been paid for except tip. Now, there are a few places where tip is already included. Last thing to think about with your table service credits is if you don't want all those desserts, because you get a dessert at every table service meal, you can always ask your waiter if you're able to substitute a dessert for something else, like a side or a drink. Now, they're not obligated to do this for you, but usually they're very nice about it and will let you substitute something else if you don't want that dessert. All right, let's talk about the deluxe dining plan. Now, this is a unique one because you actually get 3 meals per day. Now, with the standard Disney dining plan, you got 2, and it was 1 quick service and 1 table service. But with this one, you get 3 meals per day, and they're all table service if you want them to. You can eat them at quick service. That would be a terrible use of your credit. But they're 3 table service meals a day. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is a hard one to justify. 3 table service meals is going to be a lot, and you'll see that with deluxe dining plan, you also get, in addition to your entree, your dessert, and your drink, you also get an appetizer. So it's a lot of food, but where you could justify is if you were doing a split stay, and we'll talk about split stays on another video, but that's basically where you say, okay, we're going to stay 1 night at this hotel, and then we're going to do a different reservation for this hotel for a longer time. And so if you're doing a split stay where you're staying at a resort for just 1 night, you can get that deluxe dining plan for just that 1 night because it's its own reservation. You don't have to get it for all those for your other reservation. You could get for that 1 reservation and use it for the day of check-in and the day of check-out. So it's you would get 3 table service meals, your 2 snacks, your resort refillable mug, and you could split that over 2 days. I hope that makes sense. For your deluxe dining plan, what does a table service credit include? For breakfast, it includes an entree with the sides that come with that entree, and a drink. Or for breakfast, it could be the buffet with the one drink. For lunch and dinner on the deluxe dining plan, one table service credit includes an appetizer, your entree with the sides that come with it, your drink, and a dessert. So you're getting lots of food on the deluxe dining plan. And again, it could also be a buffet and the drink. The table service credit could also be room service, like we talked earlier, or it could be pizza delivery. But again, this is not a good use of your credits because for room service, for one person, it's gonna take 2 credits off. For pizza delivery, you should probably just pay out of pocket because it's not the best use of your credit. The deluxe dining plan price per adult per night is $116.25. For children per night, ages 3 to 9, it's $43.49. Things to consider with the deluxe dining plan. It is a lot of food. Also, keep in mind it's hot in Disney World usually, and usually when you're walking around in the heat all day, you don't want big heavy meals. You may not even want 1 big heavy meal. You may not want 3 heavy meals. That's really up to you and your personal preference. The deluxe dining plan may be a really good option for trips where you're not go in the parks. Maybe you want to focus on the food more on this trip. And then all of the table service considerations would apply here to the deluxe dining plan too. Remember that buffets could be a good use of your credit. Character meals could be a good use of your credit if it's just 1 credit taken per person. And then don't forget about tipping is not included in this dining plan either for your table service meals. Let's take a minute to talk about gratuities. I've mentioned that gratuities are not included in your table service restaurant, so that's something to keep in mind as you're planning for your trip. There are a few exceptions. Tips are already included for your dinner shows, for your room service orders, including pizza delivery, and at Cinderella's Royal Table. Also, an 18% gratuity will automatically be added to your bill when you are eating at a table service restaurant with 6 or more people. Okay, so are any of these Disney dining plans for you? This is so personal to each family, your needs, the things you want, but let me give you some considerations. Again, if you want an all-inclusive feel, one of these Disney dining plans could definitely be a good option for you. Everything is already paid for when you book your trip and you pay for your trip. So when you go to Disney World, you don't have to start thinking about money, more money coming out of your pocket, especially on the quick service dining plan, because you don't have to even think about tips at all either. If you are someone who naturally looks at the menu and will sacrifice and get something you're not super duper excited about just to save money, the dining plan could be a good option for you. It could really enhance your vacation. The Disney dining plans may not be a good option for you if you're not a big eater, or you don't want to be encouraged or feel pressure to eat a lot and feel pressure to make the best use out of your credits by getting the alcoholic beverages, the heavy drinks, eating the 2 snacks a day. Now think about if you have teenage boys, this could actually be an awesome opportunity for you. This could be an awesome thing for you to have. If you know that you're going to be wanting alcoholic beverages, the dining plan could be a good option for you because alcoholic beverages are typically $9 to $15 in Disney World. And now with these dining plans, they're included in your quick service and table service meals wherever offered. And the alcoholic beverages are offered at a lot of places. If you don't think you're going to be eating a lot of snacks, you may not want the Disney dining plan because you do get 2 snacks a day per person. If all you're going to want is a Mickey bar for a snack one day, or you're going to want just 2 smaller snacks, this may not be a good option for you. But if you want to go find the $8 funnel cake with ice cream on top of it that counts for a snack credit, this is a good option for you because you're going to be saving money in that area. You can make the dining plan worth it in any category, just sometimes it might take a little work and you might be intentionally ordering the more expensive items. Also with snacks, if you are at an Epcot festival and there are multiples of them a year, there's the Food and Wine Festival, the Festival of the Arts, the Flower and Garden Festival. They have kiosks set up around the World Showcase and you can get some good snacks and some pricey snacks, like upwards of $10 snacks, and they can count on your snack credit. So you could be saving money in that area. Another thing to consider is what types of meals will you be eating? If you have kids and you're wanting to do character meals or you're wanting to do buffets, this could be a good use of your table service credits. You might want to consider the dining plan. All right, that was a ton of information. I hope you have found that helpful. Please reach out to me if you have questions. I love answering your questions. and that is why I'm here. I hope you'll have a magical day. Bye, guys.